So Angelica Roos of Sweden, 105. Roos 104, a previous personal best, but we saw that in the snatch. She beat it twice there. She's on very good form today.
Well, looked quite comfortable. First attempt, no issues. I think the difference we're seeing now in these kind of athletes compared to what we saw at the end of the snatches with Kostova is the sheer determination and grit and effort that's applied. These girls are looking a little bit softer, not quite as dynamic as Kostova did. It's what we need to aspire to now, some of these athletes, is to try and toughen up, sharpen up, and make the lifts much, much more dynamic.
Jennifer Lombardo, 105. This will give her a total of 190, as you can read from the gold graphic at the top of her name. And 194 is leading the way at the moment, the Armenian, Lian Roos of Sweden on 191.
Oh, drifted forwards on the jerk. Did well to save it. A nice smile there. She was lucky to get that.
Lombardo's best last year, 112. She hit all three of her clean and jerks, 102, 107 and 112. So starting a little bit higher this year.
Oh, bar actually came off her shoulders as she dipped. That's a sign that she's pushing with the arms too early. Needs to use the legs to drive through the bar before the arms come in.
Sarah Davies of Great Britain. She's upped her start weight. Out she comes then for her first attempt at 106. She did 82 in the snatch. This will give her a total of 188 and into fourth overall.
Oh, is that an elbow touch? Yeah. Referees have told her to put it down. If it wasn't an elbow touch, it would have been failed for an adjustment. We watch what happens when the bar lands on her shoulder. She drops her elbows. Looks like they touch her knees. That's not allowed. The bar also slips down off her shoulders.
Yeah, she wasn't going to give up on it easily, though. And clearly a weight she can manhandle back into position and stand up with, so she'll just have to go away, try and pull that clean into the right position.
Well, she's under pressure now, because as we said before, 108 is her best. She's chosen to increase her starting weight from 101 to 105 and then up again to 106. Got 2 attempts remaining. Needs to use this time.
Yeah, the sensible thing to do, follow yourself. She didn't exactly waste huge amounts of energy there. She never had a chance to stand up with it. So 106 again, and she might as well take up the whole 2 minutes.
I think the bar actually, though, they called another athlete to the platform. They then moved up. It went straight back to Sarah. She's been stitched up here. Didn't get the 2 minutes. She only had 1. That's really unfortunate. Let's hope she can correct this mistake. Drive straight out of the clean. Up. Uses the bounce, but has to work very hard. Oh, that's a solid jerk. Stay there, stand still. Oh, that's a look of relief. She's got a couple of minutes now. She can go back and regather her thoughts, compose, catch her breath.
Just one lift left, though, for Davies. Probably make an assault on her PB, 108. Her total best, 191. She's on 188 at the moment. I'm sure she'd like to do that, and maybe more at the European Championships. Certainly easy in the jerk, wasn't it?
Well, it was solid overhead. Needs to make sure she doesn't get too complacent. If there's only finish when the referees give you the down signal.
Out comes the pole for her first lift. Alexandra Kleinovska, 108. Former European champion 4 times, 2001, the first time she won the title, and 08, the last time. But still at 32 years old, going strong. 6th in the snatch with 89 kilograms. In fact, she hit all 3 of her lifts. Very experienced. She knows her limits almost perfectly.
Short on the drive, it managed to split wide enough underneath it. That's a look of relief as well.
Well, we're still not up to the weight that Bojanka Kostova snatched, 109 kilograms. The leader in our competition, who broke the European senior record in the snatch and is very much in a league of her own here. She's posted a 120 start for the clean and jerk. But I'm sure that'll probably go up. Well, maybe it won't. She'll probably do that to win the European title and then maybe go have some fun and try and do a European record. Here's the other pole. Joanna Lakovska, who got the better of her compatriot in the snatch. She did 90. 4th place there.
Uses the bounce at the bottom. You see these athletes will try and keep the bar moving. It helps to stand up. Really nice jerk position. The poles are renowned for being good in the overhead position.
And that springboards her right up into 1st place. So Poland 1-2 in the rankings at the moment. Still 3 lifters to join in. Bojanka Kostova, of course, will probably come in when everyone else has finished. Natalia Grashina of Russia, here she is, 108 for her first attempt. She did 93 in the snatch for 2nd place. So this will take her comfortably ahead of the poles. And then Arina Lepsa, who was 3rd in the snatch, expected at 110.
Slightly one-sided. She stood from the clean. Bar oscillating. You can see from such a close shot. That's good. All good, no problems there on a first attempt. Quite comfortable. Personal best of 117. You'd expect her to probably put 5 kilos more on the bar for her 2nd attempt. So the waiting area just behind the stage. The athletes only have 15 meters to walk from there to the platform. It's not far. Just gives them a chance to sit down, catch their breath, rather than having to go all the way back into the warm-up room, which isn't that far away, but it still takes a lot out of you. And trust me, weightlifters don't walk.
Not a lot, anyway. No, it's not good for the fast twitch. Out comes the Armenian again. Isabella Yelian, 105. Fairly comfortably in her opener. This will give her 198 for the total.
Oh, look at the twist in the hips as she stands up. That's going to cause her back injuries later. Pushed herself away from the bar rather than driving overhead. Well, she's only a young lifter. still in the junior ranks, 20 years of age. To see an athlete twisting the hips as she stands up out of the clean, that to me is worrying. Keep doing that, you won't survive very long in this sport at all. Watch here, dips, pushes herself slightly back from the bar, never fully committed, never underneath it.
Roos of Sweden out for 109. Personal best by a kilogram in her opener. This to really make it a great day so far for the Swede. Her best lift last year, 104. So a big improvement if she gets it.
Leg strength has come on leaps and bounds. Oh. She's going to go any heavier, she's going to need to split wider. That only just went to arm's length. Good lifting though, 2 from 2. What will she take on her third? 11, 112 maybe?
Yeah, I guess it depends what maybe what the others are doing. She's in 5th in the overall race for the European Championship. And Bianca Kostova and Lepsa, of course, still to come and do a lift. So she'll probably be bumped down to 7th. So perhaps she won't even be too bothered about that. Maybe just try and do as well as she can in the clean and jerk rankings. Jennifer Lombardo going for 109 as well. Lombardo and Roos very close. Roos a kilo ahead in the snatch, but Lombardo the lighter of the two lifters.
Lombardo also has a much stronger clean and jerk on paper. Wow, not when you drop your chest on the dip. That's Costa.
Yeah, on paper, she doesn't match what Roos has just done, so she'll have to probably, well, will she go heavier?
No, well, she's capable of it, but just watch what happens here on the dip. She drops her chest, everything then goes onto her toes, the bar's always moving forwards.
The young Armenian again, 109. She's stuck to that weight. This is quite important. This will take her from 5th to 3rd overall. It's her last attempt.
It's a better, gutsier effort on the jerk, really committed. She manages to stand still. There's no problems with that. Third attempt successful.
Yes, and nearly breaks through the 200 kilo total, which is a sign of a world-class lifter at this weight category, the 58s.
Well, I hope we do see her correcting that problem there with a hip twist. Body under the bar. Gave herself a really good chance.
Just to remind you, last year, Zoe Smith, she came out and did 114 kilograms for Great Britain. She's not here today, sadly, didn't qualify. 115 won it, Shadrina. There's Boyanka at the back. Yellow weights on the bar, red suit. The Azerbaijani. As we see the situation so far. But I wonder what this phenomenal lifter, Boyanka Kostova, will come out and do for her opener. This is the Brit then. She's got one final lift left. Sarah Davies, and I think she's bet the house. She's coming out for 110 kilograms. A massive increase on her personal best. 2 kilos up.
This is a huge lift for Sarah. Just worth noting, she's had a good 4, 5, 6 minutes back behind the stage, just waiting and biding her time. Sure, Dave Sawyer just giving her a slap on the legs to try and stimulate them again, get her fired up, get that adrenaline pumping.
She missed 106 in her first attempt. Didn't waste too much energy on it, though. never cleaned it. 106. All right on the second. Oh, it'll be hard to get out of that.
Well, you know where she's going after this? Back to squats. Needs to get those legs a lot stronger if she's going to stand with that weight and have energy left for the jerk. That's a shame. At this kind of body weight, really, these girls need to be squatting I would say 140 plus. I did 140 and I consider myself weak compared to the other girls I was competing against. 150 plus really would be a really good front squat at 58 body weight.
Yeah, just came onto her toes there, pulled it back. But yeah, I'm sure she probably could do that if she got the groove just perfectly and with ease, I'm sure, but always difficult when you come forward. We did see Kostova back squatting, which is easier, over 200 kilograms, 215 we've actually just found on YouTube that
is ridiculous at this body weight. That's a ridiculous weight.
That's just ludicrous, isn't it?
It's more than most of the British men can do, I think.
Yeah.
This body weight.
Jennifer Lombardo then, 110. She's upped her weight after that miss at 109. Not the prettiest lift, but the smile says it all. Well done. It could have gone wrong in so many places there, but somehow she managed to get it up. 3 white lights. Lombardo then goes up to 5th place overall and the lead in the clean and jerk.
They're really giving it everything. Worked hard right from the word go. Big effort to stand up. You can see the knees coming in. Not the best in terms of position on the jerk, but it was a gutsy effort. Big drive to arm's length, drifted to her right, managed to stand still. Yes, I've got it.
Yeah, she doesn't really give away what she's feeling, does she? Krishina of Russia, 111 for her second lift.
Well, as with a lot of the Russians, they just look so strong, not just in the legs and the glutes, which is where you'd expect to see the power, but also in the upper body. And in my view, that's wasted muscle. You don't need to be strong in the biceps or strong in the deltoids. All the effort should be coming from the legs and glutes. You see here now, she's almost trying to push the bar overhead rather than drive with those powerful legs. And that's where the lift was lost. Wasn't able to push to arm's length. Should be a drive with the legs and then split wide enough to catch in an overhead position. The arms do is literally catch.
She'll have a third attempt, second at 111 to come out and do it. Lombardo leads, though, on 110. Eliane of Armenia equal with Ruse on 109. Sarah Davies down in 7th. We still have 2 to join in, though. Little smelling salts, some ammonia, just to try and fire herself up here. Irina Lepsa of Romania. She's upped her start weight from 110 to 112. Kostova still on 120. Now this will give her a total of 203. She did 91 in the snatch, only got 1 in, Lepsa.
Very robotic-like, movements very deliberate, very dynamic. These athletes will have done thousands upon thousands of repetitions in training over the years. Look to business as usual.
203 then, Lepsa's overall total. She goes 2 ahead of Grashina, thanks to this lift. Grashina will have 1 lift left to reply. Lakovska still has 2 lifts. She's within shooting distance as well. And of course we have Bojanka Kostova to even join. Klinovska 112, having done 108. This will take her up to 201. So she will go from 5th into 2nd by virtue of body weight. She'll be equal on total weight lifted with Grishina, but she's lighter.
Struggles to keep her back straight as she stands out of the clean. Very good overhead, though.
Isn't she just? Goodness. Such a tough clean, but all the power there when she jerked. Can she do much more? Was that leg strength or maybe off balance when she stood up?
No, that's the way Klinovska lifts. I mean, it always looks like the weight buries her at the bottom of the clean, and it did again here today. But uses the bounce, keeps it moving. I don't think she's got much more leg strength to stand with more than a couple of kilos. Overhead, so good, so consistent. I was there when she nailed the 127 back in 2004, and that was to win the European title.
Lukovska, she's been bumped down to 4th, thanks to her compatriot pulling that lift off. This will take her up to 2nd.
Oh, that's a mistake. I think she has got the legs to stand with it. I think she was on her toes when she received it. Not much you can do when it's that far forwards. It's a wasted attempt.
It'd be good to see this from a side angle. Here we go. Or was it just a refusal? Let's have a look. She was bad. It wasn't that far forward.
Just dropped the chest as she tried to bounce. But
I think there's a little bit of belief there.
yeah, best is 115, so...
yeah. Now, the Russian, this is her reply, her final reply, 112, having missed that 111. It'll take her up to 205, and from 2nd back into 1st, ahead of Lepsa. And when is Bojanka Kostova going to join?
Well, I think she went dizzy there, bar on a windpipe. Cuts off the oxygen to the brain. It's really hard to do anything when everything around you kind of goes black.
So, 2nd position, 201 kilograms, equal actually with the pole. And Klinovska is heavier of the two, so she's in 3rd. Klinovska has 1 attempt, Lukovska has 1 attempt. Well, Ruse still has 1 attempt, but she can't trouble the top of the order, I don't think. But Kostova, yeah, so Grishina has to sit back and wait. Will she be on the podium at the end? Lukovska then to go from 4th into 2nd. Last year, she was 4th overall as well. She was 4th in the snatch earlier today. Is this her chance?
Oof. Well, that's taken so much out of her. Again, strong overhead, but no legs left.
No, I'm afraid she's not going to get on the podium this year either. 4th in the snatch. She'll probably end up 7th in the clean and jerk. Probably 5th in the end. And a disappointing campaign for Yana Lukovska, who came here for a podium. She's just looked a little uptight throughout this competition, in comparison, of course, to her relaxed compatriot Klinovska, who's just enjoyed the ride. Out comes Ruse. 113 on the bar.
That's a big increase again, another 4 kilos. She came into this competition with a best of 104. So this would be 9 kilos up on any weight she's posted on a national or international stage previously.
Yeah, she stood up with 109 fairly well. It's the jerk overhead then. That'll be the real test here.
didn't split wide enough or drop a body low enough. She has to be content with only a 5 kilo personal best.
Yeah, she obviously wasn't listening to you in the last lift. Ends up 7th. You said she only just got that high enough to get under it. Quite long-armed as well, which doesn't help. She could almost do with adjusting her arms out a little bit, but then again, you need the flexibility, don't you?
Yeah, some lifters struggle with the hands wider. That kind of way, you've got to move your feet further forwards, further back, and drop your body lower to receive the bar.
Well, Kleinovska is having good fun here today. 113 is only 1 kilogram more than she did in her last lift, but it's enough to take her from 3rd into 2nd, ahead of Grashina, and Grashina, the Russian, does not have any lifts left.
Sensible call. She doesn't have the legs, I don't think, to stand with much more than this. Puts her into a medal position, so just remember how hard that previous clean was. Needs to keep her back straight. Posure, focus.
So good at the jerk. Well, the way she jerks it overhead, it looks like she must have stood up like it was nothing. The battle she had just to get it up, though. Well done. Alexandra Kleinovska, who's been battling away at these European Championships for, well, best part of 2 decades now. 4 European titles back in the early noughties. And it looks like she's going to be on the podium. In fact, she will be on the podium. Only Lepsa and Kostova have attempts left. She's in 2nd, Lepsa's in 1st. Kostova's still to join. She'll probably end up with the bronze in the end. Lepsa 2nd. And, well, for Lepsa, this is a strange situation to be in. She's in 1st by a kilogram ahead of Kleinovska, and she's so far behind Kostova from the snatch that, well, I mean, what do you do? I mean, this is only just a little bit more than what Kostova snatched.
She's doing the right thing, though. 1 kilo more than Kleinovska now on the clean and jerk. This will give her the, well, potentially silver medal, assuming that Kostova still has to come in and make a successful lift. But this is enough to push Kleinovska down. Finish there.
Yes, guarantees her. She goes from 2nd to 1st. It guarantees her the silver, having got the bronze in the snatch, and she'll probably end up with the silver overall now. She's on 205 as a total. She has 1 more lift. She may well take that. She might follow herself here because Kostova is calling for 120. You might think that's dangerous to come in with all 3 lifts after everyone else has finished, but then again, you maybe didn't see the snatch earlier when Kostova power snatched 100 kilos and went on to take the European record with ease in the snatch at 109 kilograms. So I think 120 is well within herself. Lepsa leads 205, 3 kilos ahead of the pole. Kleinovska, Grashina, the Russian, is the one who will be chewing her fingernails, expecting, no doubt, that Kostova will come out there. She is at the bottom, the Azerbaijani, still with 3 lifts to come. 109 in the snatch. Unbelievable that was. And
Kleinovska's made up here. Another medal at another European Championships. Remember, she was in her peak over a decade ago. 2004 was when she lifted top weights. She took the title also in 2008, but to still, in 2015, find herself on the podium in the clean and jerk.
Amazing, yeah. I mean, world champion in 01, European champion 4 times, 4 Olympic Games, didn't bomb at 1 of them, 2 5ths, 2 7ths. I mean, great competitor.
Great competitor, great consistency, great attitude, and no, I had a good number of battles head-to-head against her, and she was a great athlete.
So it will be Irina Lepsa, the Romanian, who's posted 121 for her next lift, and that's quite an increase, 7 kilograms up on what she's just done. And Kostova has upped 120 to 125 for her opener. So Lepsa to round out the other 8 competitors, if you like, before the Boyanka Kostova show begins.
Well, this is a sensible move, actually. By putting it up to 120, she was trying to catch Kostova out, just in case Kostova wasn't quite ready in time. It was maybe a good tactical move. Does she have the strength for this now? It's a big increase. 7 kilos up from her second attempt, not to be.
A little smile down to the coaches there who probably knew she wasn't going to go on and do that. But you're right, maybe they were just playing some games there with Kostova. You never know. I mean, Kostova still has to come out and do this opening lift now, which she's posted as 125. She does that. She annihilates the field by some 20 kilos, nearly 19 kilograms. She'll be ahead of the rest.
Well, 125 is the weight that Kostova's coming out on. Personal best in competition on this kind of level is only 128. Can only assume she's done more in training, but also looking at the squats we've just seen on YouTube, we know she's got the legs for some big weights.
Now she could run through a wall. I mean, this woman is incredibly powerful. Phenomenal squatting at 58 kilos, 215 kilograms. Now, 125. Everyone else has finished. This then to take the European title. Just a simple power clean. So easy, and a nice little power jerk overhead.
I'm sorry, that wasn't even a power jerk. She barely bent her knees underneath the bar. Just look at the quads. Muscle on muscle. That's the legs of a proper weightlifter. I don't know what the signal was there too. Was that up 20 kilos? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's 2. Surely it's not to 127. Now then, come on, let's crack open those European records again, and let's see what she got to zone in on.
Okay,
we don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
So, under 23, which is, she's still under 23. At the moment, Kalina holds that world record. Sorry, European record, 123.
So
she's already got that one. Okay, senior European records, 136 is the weight it currently stands at. Novikova of Belarus, that was set back in 2011.
136, and just for fun, let's muse over the world record. Were she to get anywhere near that? 141 by Q of China.
She needs to be going at least 6 or 7 kilos up now on her first attempt, so I reckon she'll come out maybe 131, 132.
No, surely she's going to go for European record. I mean...
No, 132 now, I reckon, to set her up for a European record attempt on her third.
But that was so easy. She could do 137, go for the European record, then go for the world record. Come on. Boyanka Kostova. Unbelievable power. There she is. She is the European champion.
Is she even going to come out again?
Well, maybe not. I hope so.
She's in good shape.
She's having so much fun out there, surely.
Yeah, she's coming out again. She's ready.
She is. Yes, let's go through the placings then. It is the Pole, Alexandra Kleinovska, 32 years old, who will get the bronze medal on 202. Arina Lepsa, who has no replies left. Second place, silver medal on 205. And Kostova on 234. 132 is what she's going for, what she's called. And you're thinking behind 132?
She's then got a 5-6 kilo hang on, let me just do my maths. She'd then need a 5 kilo increase for her third attempt to have a go at the European senior record, and it's better to take a bigger jump between first and second than it is between second and third.
Now, what is the total record? 238 is the total record. This will beat the total record. This will take her up to 241.
Wow, barely sat into a squat position again. Again, so fast and so much leg drive. Okay, that bar's going to be going up to 137 now, third and final attempt at a European senior record. That was, incidentally, we didn't even mention it, another European under-23 record.
Yeah, we can sort of forget those now. They've been annihilated. The record there for the total in the European category in 58 kilos before was Novikova, 238. It now stands at 241. So the second European record of the day for Bojanka Kostova, courtesy of that 132 in the clean and jerk. And now she'll be zoning in on the clean and jerk record. Surely she's going to go for 137 to beat Novikova's 136 that she did in Paris at the World Championships in 2011, the Belarusian.
Well, you can see she's trying to catch her breath. It's pretty tough to recover. In case the bar went to 135, they're now upping it, I'm guessing, to 137. The reason they've done that is to buy some time, just give her a little bit more time to recover.
Yeah, she gets 2 minutes to follow herself, and they go up, load the bar, and then the time starts, and you're allowed to change it. So the loaders go back up, and the clock stops during that period. And well, she hardly wasted a huge amount of energy on that second lift, 132. But ideally, in a clean and jerk, you'd probably have more like 5 minutes between lifts rather than just 2 minutes. 2 minutes is quite quick when you're up at European record level.
2 minutes is quite quick. I'd probably look at about 3 minutes as a good time. Beyond that, your legs start to switch off and you start to almost relax a little bit too much. It depends on the athlete. Sometimes as well, the heavier the lifter, the harder it is to recover.
137. There we go. That's a kilogram above Novikova's 136 European record. So this will give Kostova the snatch, the clean and jerk, and the total European record. It will take the total up to 244. And just out for fun, sorry, let's take it even higher, 137. It'll take it up to 246. What's the world total record? 251 by Chen. Yes, so we're not gonna see a world record today. I think we might have done in the snatch. 137 then, nigh on 300 pounds, 58 kilogram.
This is gonna,
woman here, Kostova, going for the European record.
If successful, this is 33 kilos on the European under-23 total record. Wow.
Annihilating it, if she does it. Final lift then of this competition. She's the European champion. This to take a sweep of the European records. A little off balance there. Stood up easy enough though, and goodness me, so much power. 141 the world record. It's so close, but she's run out of attempts just like she had done in the snatch. She is in supreme form. 6 out of 6 lifts. She started each of the competitions after everybody else had finished. What a lifter. Michaela.
Speechless, absolutely speechless. Power in the legs, the strength. She's almost driving out of the clean before she's even hit the bottom. That's the way a lift should be conducted. I'm not sure on the technique for the jerk, but wow, when you have that kind of strength and that kind of power, it just looks so comfortable. I cannot wait for the World Championships later this year and the Olympic Games next year to see how far she can go when she's put under pressure by some of the Asian countries. See the celebrations there, trying to smile, but at the same time hold that weight overhead.
Just those legs, outrageous power. And what she's squatting is as much as 30% more than what the other women are doing in training. It's just outrageous. Perfectly built for weightlifting, you got to say that. The joints, the thickness of the legs, and so athletic with it. Well, there's the clean and jerk results. A 114 is what Lepsa does for the silver. Kleinovska 113. And then just in a complete league of her own, Bojanka Kostova up on 137. Sarah Davies of Great Britain, 106. She went for it on her final lift, 110. That would have been a big personal best, but didn't quite have the leg power on the day. Please, can I have another go, she's saying. If only. If only. Well, I hope we get some more lifting like that during the week. That was outrageous. Final standings: 109, 137, 246. Each one of those is a European record. Snatch, clean and jerk, and total. Magnificent lifting. Well, she was criticised heavily in 2011 for making the move to Azerbaijan, but she wanted to go with her coach. And indeed, Valentina Ristov, her friend, two young Bulgarian lifters. Well, Bulgaria are not even in this championships now. She's helped Azerbaijan to another 3 golds, which puts them second in the table at the moment. Well, what a day. That's it from here in the weightlifting hall. 3 records. Oh, thanks very much from me, Colin Bryce, and Michaela Breeze alongside me. Hopefully we'll have plenty more action and indeed records throughout the week. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.